What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here, just chilling on a rainy Sunday, man. I appreciate all the people who tuned into the live show this morning. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good debate, a lot of conversation, man. We all want the same thing, man. We want to get this, Cowboys team and this organization and Jerry just to freaking just make the priority about football and not all the other BS that seems to surround it. And I don't know if you guys, been paying attention. I'm watching a little bit of the Philly game and the Rams. I tell you what, man, I don't know. I think the AFC is going to put a beat down on whatever NFC is going to represent for the Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens. But now I was listening to some of the pregame, listening to Jimmy Johnson, saw some things posted. And, Brian Schottenheimer is kind of emerging as a dark horse candidate as next coach for the Cowboys. I mean, he's currently our offensive coordinator. He's been the OC for a couple years, even though McCarthy's calling the plays. He's been an offensive coordinator for about 14 years, been with Seattle. He's been with the Jets a long time. I think he might have been with St. Louis at one point. So he's just kind of bounced around as an offensive coordinator. Obviously, his father was a great NFL coach, Marty Schottenheimer, back in the 80s. But I mean, really, this is what we talk about, the same old, same old. And I sure hope this isn't true. But the one thing Jimmy Johnson said is, you've got Dak Prescott. He's been in this kind of same system for a long time. You're worried about continuity. So do they really want to rock the boat? So, his two names were Brian Schottenheimer and Kellen Moore. And those are the two names I don't want to hear or do not want to see. I don't know how you guys feel. Would love to get your opinion on it as well. But I don't know, man. I hope this isn't the case, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And as I said in some previous shows, I wasn't really big on getting prime time, right? I just wasn't sure. But to me, the more I'm thinking about it and I'm seeing it, prime time's kind of what the doctor ordered. I mean, he could be the one guy to kind of get a shot in the arm of this organization. They have run stale. They've run stale with their coaches. It's the same kind of coach after coach. Go down, the list for many years, obviously with McCarthy and with Garrett. And obviously you had Wade Phillips. And then you had the extreme with Bill Parcells, which kind of got the organization and got this team back to being relevant again. Because you forget those years, they weren't very relevant in draft well. So this team needs a shot in arm. Now, Deion would need, obviously, a strong defensive coordinator. We talked about his relationship with Mike Zimmer. I think Mike Zimmer would end up being his defensive coordinator if he came. The offense would be the question. And the question is, do you want to stay comfortable with your quarterback that you've invested in and keep the system and keep everything the same? Or do you just need to take a chance and just, rip the Band-Aid off? I mean, Dak's a professional. You've seen these other quarterbacks kind of go through it and rejuvenate the career. Matthew Stafford went over to the Rams. I'm watching him now, so it's on my mind. He got going with the right OC and ended up getting a Super Bowl. So don't tell me it can't be done just because the guy's a veteran. Don't let that be the reason that you're going to stay with the same old, and just kind of keep everything status quo. This team needs to stop with the status quo, and they need to do something just out of the box. And Deion would be out of the box. John Gruden would be out of the box. Ben Johnson would be out of the box. Brian Flores, Aaron, just somebody different. Give us some hope and some thought. Okay, maybe this can change. And at least, you know what? If it didn't work out, you say, hey, man, we gave it our best shot. We tried to make it happen. But if you're going to bring in Brian Schottenheimer, then you should have just left Mike McCarthy here and let him run everything because he wasn't doing a bad job. But I understand he didn't want to, commit to what your guys' demands were, you guys being Jerry and Stephen Jones. So that's pretty much why he said, you know what? I think I'll just take my business elsewhere and just take my chances getting on with another team. So we'll see what happens. But Cowboys Nation, just wanted to kind of drop a quick video. Brian Schottenheimer, I mean, how does that make you feel? If he's announced as the next head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, does that get you pumped up for 2025? It gets you hyped up and ready to go? I'm going to guess not, but I'd love to get your comments down in the, and leave a comment Obviously, check out our live shows. If you're new to the channel, just checking us out. We're getting a ton of new subscribers over the last offseason. It seems like Dallas misery kind of brings everyone together. So we've been bringing a lot of new people to the cave. So make sure you hit that subscribe. Check out our live shows. We got some great things coming up. We got Terrence Parsons coming up on Wednesday live in the cave with Kelly K9 and I. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get into these Cowboys and get into really the football in general and kind of the state of the NFL and where the Cowboys are in the NFC East. You got the draft coming up. So we got so many things happening. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit the thumbs up on the video, man. It don't hurt, don't cost you nothing. And then check out some other videos we did. Great interviews with a lot of former Cowboys. So get you some education and remind you that there was a time when these Cowboys were dominant. It's just Jerry just ain't helping us out much. So I appreciate it. You guys enjoy the rest of football Sunday. The Rams got a safety as I was talking. I was kind of looking over my shoulders. I apologize. I got distracted, but hopefully these Rams can pull it out, because if I see Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders in an NFC Championship game, that's about as low as it can get. So we'll see what happens. You guys take care, man. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.